for this on radio, and this is on record, and he's not being arrested, I think that's a pretty certain indication that he is a federal informant or a plant or a tool of some sort. Because if it was somebody who wasn't registered with the federal government, if they went and said that the station would be shut down, they would be arrested, and they would be put in jail, and there would be protests on the streets like you've never seen. Okay.
And not to mention everyone else speaking out against this should say, hey, don't go there. You're going to discredit the critique we're trying to make. It just shows how much of it is disingenuous from the start. Now, I just want to shift gears, though, because if Zimmerman did something wrong, he should have justice, but they've pretty much decided not to go with a grand jury. At the same time, you found from your sources inside the police department in Sanford, they really want to go after the stand your ground Second Amendment defense clause in Florida. Can you flesh that out for us?
Yeah, it's not exactly my sources in the police department. That is from a judge in the Central Florida court who's very close to the prosecutor's office. Sure. I won't mention their name because I'd like to keep their identity anonymous for obvious reasons, but they indicated to me that the Zimmerman trial in a grand jury, according to the inside sources, is too tough a sell. In other words, it's almost impossible. Not only that, Florida law stipulates that only a first-degree murder charge can warrant a grand jury investigation. So it doesn't look like it's going to happen. You know, within the parameters of the law, George Zimmerman is not getting off scot-free. It is what it is, and it would have been the same with any other incident. The public fervor behind and around all of this incident makes it something else. So there will be political pressure put to bear on that special prosecutor there and also on the Florida legal system. That political pressure will most likely result, according to my source who's a judge in this court system, is that they will revisit the stand your ground law. In other words, they're going to probably have to rewrite this law because of public pressure, which is a kind of a sad thing in itself that has come to that. But it'll be retreat first, and then stand your ground. So it's a new way to define self-defense. That's where the conversation is going. The higher ups, the engineers, that's where they're taking it. We're giving you a little insight into that now. So just wait in the weeks and months to come, and you'll see these exact talking points coming out. So we've done that here at INFOWARS.
And we already have, but Obama has promised to sneak attack the Second Amendment. He was quoted telling the Brady Center something very close to that effect. We've seen the Fast and Furious stuff unfold, but if they do pursue stand your ground, especially leading up to an election, it's just A plus B is C for Obama to cite Trayvon, who he's already said would have been his son if he had a son, to cite the stand your ground, how wrong he thinks it is, and to push for some form of gun control, whatever it is they think they can get their hands around that issue. What do you think?
You know, you're absolutely correct in that analysis. And what this will be is if there will be enough pressure to kind of redefine self-defense laws in America, that is a nice entree into restricting the use of firearms. And of course, that is even knocking on the door of the Second Amendment right there. And that is something that Obama can only really go for in his second term when he is reelected. And by the looks of the GOP circus at the moment, it's almost a certainty Obama.
Almost a certainty.
It will get almost a certainty he will get his second term. So this Trayvon Martin thing has really softened the ground around the Second Amendment in order to make that possible, and for the federal executive order signing statement machine to be sprung into action and to sort of go around the Supreme Court, go under it. As Nancy Pelosi said, we're going to pole vault over it, we're going to dig under it, or we're going to knock the fence down, but we're going to get in. And that's basically what you're going to see more of after next January.
It's sick, Patrick. They always go after the First Amendment, the Second Amendment. They've done so much to the Fourth, Fifth, on and on. What's next? A return to quartering of troops, the Third Amendment? I mean, it's just sick how much they attack our basic principles under the Bill of Rights. Your words in closing here.
Well, my words in closing was one of the most worrying things I've seen was when I was watching PBS the public broadcasting system. And there was a special program on called Finding Your Roots. And this was in I believe it was a New England high school classroom. And we had white children and black children together in class, and a black professor who was focusing on this history of the founding fathers and really highlighting George Washington and Thomas Jefferson, and these were all slave owners. And he was giving this information to the children, and they said, "What do you think about your founding fathers now?" And the kids were like, "Well, they're not very good. They're part of the problem." Quote, "They're part of the problem." Anybody can watch this kind of disturbing PBS program that's made dressed up to be a nice kind of happy, liberal, progressive Coney 2012 kind of we all get together. But it's quite damaging. So in really there you can throw out the Constitution along this line of thinking, because the founding fathers were slave owners, and so anything that America did in its history is wrong and bad. And using white and black again is divisive tool to divide people into their respective social quarters. It's disgusting. This country has come a long way in 250 years, and there are a few people who are determined, who I think they hate America or something, because they want to bring us right back.
And definitely a lot of wrong stuff happened to the black community in particular, and lots of people. But the first laws to restrict the Second Amendment were to keep black people from owning guns, to keep them disarmed as they got out of slavery and moved through that terrible Jim Crow period and the rest of it. Anyway, a big topic. We won't get all into it here. Keep your eye on this issue, Patrick, because we could see the ways they're trying to develop it, and we'll speak to you in the near future. Thanks for joining us tonight on the INFOWARS Nightly News. We'll be back after this with the rest of the news, and we'll throw it a break here. We're going to show you some of the Police State 4 footage during these breaks. We're going to show you contest entries later, as well as our regular stuff, so watch the breaks too. Thanks for tuning in. The INFOWARS Nightly News. We need your support to stop everything they're trying to do to destroy our way of life.
Announcing our biggest contest ever. And we're looking for people who love freedom and who want to be all in the resistance to tyrants. So you say you want to fight the New World Order. Why, if you were on the radio, if you were Alex Jones, you'd really kick some globalist ass. Well, here's your chance. We're hiring not one, but 2 new reporters, whose reports are going to be on the radio, whose reports are going to be on the nightly news, who will even anchor the show. If you're ready, here's your chance to step into my shoes, and I hope you surpass what I've done. 2 winners, $10,000 in prizes, and a shot to be a reporter inside the INFOWARS.com command center. We're looking to hire 1 male reporter and 1 female reporter. And when you win $5,000. Your video gets seen by hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people on YouTube, and you get put into the very front of the running to be hired as a reporter/anchor right here in our operation. Do you have what it takes to be the next Info Warrior? The rules are posted below me here and at INFOWARS.com. This is a big deal. You know, the globalists are expanding their global empire, but at the same time, the people are waking up all over the world. We've expanded our operations in the last year. We've added the nightly news 5 nights a week. We're making more special reports. We're reaching 15 million people every week. In a year, I want that to be 30 million. This is your chance to join the team. I want to see what you can do. But a big hint is this. Can your news piece make the news? Does it get people's attention? Does it educate people? Does it open minds? That's more important than being beautiful or speaking with perfect eloquence as an orator. All of that is important. But we're looking for people that have that magic spark, that fire of liberty in their heart, because I want you to join our team. I want to give you a launch pad so you can really take off and engage the globalist. And if this works, we'll have contests all the time, and we'll continue to build this operation. I'm involved in a talent search looking for people who have the fires of liberty burning in their hearts and their minds. You've got until April 30th to complete your news report, and then we'll announce the winners 1 week later. Are you going to join the InfoWar? Do you have what it takes? It's up to you. All serious entries will be posted on INFOWARS.com. So everybody wins. You're getting the message of liberty out, and that's what really matters. But in the final equation, it's not about showing Alex Jones what you got. It's about showing the world and the globalist that no army can stop an idea whose time has come. Join me in the InfoWar. So you say you want to fight the InfoWar. You say you want to go head up against the New World Order. You can do a better job than Alex Jones? I know you can. And here's your chance to prove your mettle. I really enjoy it when the globalists try to poison us, and, well, we resist them via a free market system. Hello, my fellow Info Warriors. Alex Jones here, introducing you to the ProPure family of gravity-fed filters. Now, you know that the globalists are filling our water with radioactive isotopes, fluoride, lead, mercury, arsenic. And one of the few systems that can efficiently and economically remove or reduce down to non-detectable levels these poisons are gravity-fed filters. And ProPure is the top of the line. Their filters are impregnated with silver, a natural antibiotic. On top of that, they're bigger, so they filter faster. You don't have to prime these the first time you use them. It's amazing. Go to InfoWars.com and click on the shopping cart link to see the entire family of these babies. Now, the fluoride they add to our water is so tiny that most filters can't cut it out. But ProPure has their system that will, again, reduce it to non-detectable levels, almost get all of it out of there. That's also available. And if you look at the different systems they offer, the ProPure Big Brush Finish is on a stand, so it's easier on a table or at your restaurant or wherever you have it to go up with a glass or a mug and fill it up. Then there's this big baby right here, the ProPure King large version. Got a lot of different options that come with it. Also, they have the ProPure Big, probably one of the best values out there. And of course, it's burnished stainless steel. And then what I use on my RV, something that's great for your hunting cabin or the back porch, is the ProPure Traveler. Small and portable, but packs a huge punch, cleans out all that garbage. They also have a glass sight spigot, so you don't have to take the top off and look in the bottom area to see how much water. You can see how fast it's filtering with this optional system. The globalists obviously are hitting us through our water. It's time to take control of our lives. It's time to not give our children and families these poisons, and these systems cut it down to non-detectable levels across the board. ProPure is the name. I only promote